Well, good morning, good morning. Right, the aluminium blocks arrived yesterday. Yesterday afternoon I was busy doing something, so I couldn't do anything. These are the ones I'm going to do the pulleys for the flail motor. I did make some pulleys. This was all out of the material that I melt down myself. There's some videos of that online. I did these just for practice purposes, really, and that's the idea behind that. Anyway, I did two. I did the other one for the motor because that's a 19mm shaft, and that's a 1-inch shaft. So I'm not going to use these. If anything, I'll just melt them down and make something else. So that's the good thing with aluminium. That's the idler wheel for the belt tension. So that's okay. That's not going to be a problem. That's good. I've sat and made all the pins, the boring stuff. These are all the pins that will hold the flails on, and the brackets to go on the actual shaft. And I sat marking out all the places that they're all going to go. There's because I haven't got a very powerful motor. I think most of these flails have quite powerful motors, 12 horsepower, and so the one I've got is only 5.5. So I didn't want to buy another motor for a start. I wanted to use what I've got. So the flails I've ordered are quite wide, but not very heavy. So I haven't got to worry about that too much. And what I've done is I've ordered 12, so that there'll only be 4 hitting the grass at any one time. So you're not doing that. You haven't got that pressure on them. It's all trial and error. I mean, it might not work. I might have to change something. So it's all trial and error. But what I'm going to do is space them one every 120 degrees. So there'll be the first one, the second one, the third one, and then the fourth one will be the same as the first one, and so on. So there'll be 4, and having 12, it'll be even, and hopefully won't vibrate. That's another thing we've got to come. I put this in the lathe and checked it, and seems to spin without any vibration. So right, so the next task is to start these. The reason I ordered 2 basically is if I bugger one up, I got another one. So the original plan was to chuck the whole thing and then machine a pulley and then cut it off and whatever, but I've decided not to do it that way. I've decided last night I put this one in my saw and cut it in half, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bore the one with the 19mm centre first, and then I've got wherever it is, I've got a shaft that I can put it on, and that's 19mm, and then I'll machine the one pulley, and then I'll do the same with 1 inch and do the other pulley, and then if I fuck it up, the worst comes to the worst, I can always got a backup, and if I don't mess it up, the backup's not a problem because I can always use aluminium. So that's the plan. So I'll bring you back in a little while, and I'll take you to the lathe, and we'll just face those off, and we'll get started on them. Cheers for now. Back in a bit. Right, hello. Let me just see if I can zoom in, get it right again. Okay, first job, just to face it off. I've got some grips in. I don't want to take anything off the outside, there's no point. So it's just to face it off, turn it around and face it off, and then I'll have to change the jaws again, because I haven't run the lathe yet, so we'll put some, just, that's a bit slow, put some oil around it. I'm using an aluminium, can't remember what it is now, TMG aluminium one. Lovely surface. Now the other thing I'm going to probably do it one side. I'll dish in the one side because I don't want I don't want a bit of a boss outside because I want it closer to the engine. So I'm going to put a grub screw through onto the shaft. So that's the plan anyway. So just turn this round. bloody stuff. Didn't do that on the first one, I must have gone deeper. Go a little bit deeper, it will hopefully not do that. Let's try that. Trouble is, I'll do it in the beginning now. Didn't do that the other side. Right, don't bore the middle out now. That one side I'll be using that bit more, I might not be using that one. Right, I'll just shift the camera a bit, because that'll be in the way now of the oh, it's in the other thing in there. Dope. Right, we'll go through the with the 10mm to start with. Just come down a bit. Right, even though I've got a 19mm drill, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use an 18, just in case it doesn't leave a nice finish or wobbles or does anything daft. I can clean it up with a boring tool. So the plan is just to do it with an 18 and then finish it off. Let's come down a bit for that. Pitch 70 up in more than enough. I'd have used the 19, but I haven't got a 19mm reamer, so I've got a 20mm, but then again I'd have used an 18 anyway, even with a reamer. But just get set up with the boring bar and I'll be back in a second. Right then, see if we can see that. So at the moment, let's have a look. I'm going to do it with the vernier calipers and creep onto it, and I mean creep. Under that, that's 17.4. So much for an 18mm drill. Right. Quarter of a millimetre, that'll be half. And it's just about 100 thou. No, it isn't. 10 thou. Alright? Yeah, 10 thou. Quarter. That was a millimetre, it's 2.5mm. that, see what that did. So I put on, right, that's dead on 18 now. So we'll now do, go back to 250. Go back to 250. Is it 250? Yeah. Right, that's 18. So we'll now do 4. No, we'll do 250 again, so that really creep up on it. I really don't want to cock this up, so I'd rather creep than overdo it. Oh, I haven't took the minus off, have I? Try that again, Nigel. There we go. Should be 18 and a half. Eighteen 4.9. 18 and a half. Right, I'll do 250 was there, so if I do to 4, that should leave me 10 over. So if I go to 4, that should leave me 10 under, or 0.10. Damn, it is to swearing. And this is 19. Oh, I don't know if you can see because you're up at the wrong angle. Let me just bring you back up. This is exactly the same as the I think we're going to be spot on, I hope. So let's try that. Pray to God I haven't overcooked it already. Right. that's still got the... Oh, hang on, that's still got the... keyway on it. Come off, Tommy. Stubborn. God, what's the matter with you? You're not even on there. Thank you. Keyway. Yeah. Alright, let's see what it's like on the shaft itself. Oh yes, perfect. Perfect. Right. Back to the other shed. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that on the arbor, and then I've got to change the... Well, I haven't got it, I suppose. Use the thing. Right, I'll change that all over and I'll be back in a minute.